everyone, and welcome to another video. It's your girl Scarlett, and today I'll be jumping into Xavier's Wonder and Wonders card, Floral Blessing. I've been meaning to do this for the longest time. Since the branch story came out and everything, I got sidetracked, so now I'm finally jumping into it. I'm very excited to go through this, since I think this might even be my first Xavier video for this channel. But there'll probably be more Xavier in the future since his birthday is coming up. So what better way to start off his birthday month than to check out his Floral Blessing. Alright, so let me just read the summary. This time, I'm okay with reading the summary. During the investigation of the protocore shards, I accidentally fall in another dimension. Wow, literally it says here she falls in another dimension. Thank you for being very clear in the synopsis. Thank you. Xavier catches me just as it happens, but he disappears. While searching for him and a way back, he suddenly appears before me. Okay, alright. Now that we have the premise, let's get into this card.
寄ってらっしゃい見てらっしゃい数珠のブレスレットにネックレス木や石の彫刻何でもあるよ
The curio market is bustling and filled with a dazzling array of eye-catching goods. A few days ago, Xavier and I received a new mission. We were to investigate a protocore fragment based on the abnormal readings found in the curio market. Oh, this is the same place where we went through Raphael's previous card into the canvas. We spent our whole morning searching for it, and we finally narrowed down its location to this store. There he is! The energy trail must be nearby. I put down the stone in my hand and take the next one from Xavier.
おー兄さんお目が高いねその玉はうちで一番いい品だよ
Of course it is. Holding the stone I got from Xavier, I try to find an energy trace, but to no avail. I shake my head.
それも気に入らないのかいもう何個も見てるが
He looks so upset. Why? Xavier shoots the stall owner a look that silences him. We continue browsing. Oh, okay, so he was upset. We continue browsing.
どうしても選べないなら私の一押しを紹介しよう
It's funny, because like my first impression of Xavier is he's such a soft bunny. And then you see this face.
これは遥か昔の黄金時代から伝わる本物の宝石だ。もともとは家臣様のお面にはめ込まれていたもので、とっても貴重なんだ。
Ooh, I guess that's a significant character later. Flower goddess.
お客さんが本気で買いたいというなら、ちょっと
What happened? Did he just steal it? Oh, he just took it, didn't he? Under soft lighting, the gem in the store owner's hand emits a faint glow. I realize Xavier's been silent this entire time. Why? Xavier takes the jewel from him and gives it to me. Oh, okay. It trembles in my palm. The gem shimmers as if the energy inside it is about to burst forth. He looks so proud of himself. Xavier, I think it's this one. Once the words leave my mouth, a blinding white light engulfs us. With my eyes closed, I stumble, but Xavier catches me and he pulls me closer to him. Everything fades, and then I hear my own heartbeat in the silence.
5、6一人足りないあの子本当に逃げ出したのねどうしましょう7人の家臣を揃えないと罰されてしまうわ
Oh, okay. The world spins for a moment, then I'm slowly greeted by the sounds of chatter. Wow, okay. This background is beautiful. Look at this. Opening my eyes, I find myself sprawled out in the corner of a narrow alleyway paved with green bricks. Before me is a row of vintage sedan chairs. Where am I? I can't believe what I'm seeing. Wait. The houses to my left and right are reminiscent of ancient architecture. Passerbys are wearing traditional clothing. Is this a dream? Or am I in a movie set? Real, I would probably react that way. I get up and try to look for Xavier. Maybe he's also here. He should be after catching me.
まあ綺麗なお嬢さんだこと。
Oh, thank
家
you.
臣になってみない？
Suddenly, a middle-aged woman materializes next to materialize. She just suddenly just poofed into existence. On her hand is a shining jade ring. She grabs my arm. Whoa, touchy much.
ちょうど一人足りなくて困っていたの。ついていらっしゃい。
A flower goddess? My brain is still adjusting to what's currently happening. She pushes me into sedan chair before I can protest. It's lifted into the air and I realize I'm being taken somewhere.
毎年春鳥祭りでは7人の家臣を選んでみんなと一緒に祈りの儀式を行うのよ。とても盛大な祭典なんだからもちろん知っているでしょ？
What? If I were in MC's place, just for the sake of blending it, I would have been like, oh, yeah, yes, I know exactly what that is. And just try to figure things out as I go. The sedan chair wobbles as it moves, and the women stay close, telling me more about the flower goddess's role. It turns out that we're heading to a rich merchant's mansion where the chosen girls will live and learn to complete the ceremony. I lift the curtain slightly, listening while taking in the surroundings, and finally start to believe that I'm no longer in Lincoln City. The store owner mentioned that the gem was in the flower goddess's mask. Could it be connected to the ceremony? No matter what, the Royal Spring Festival seems like my only clue, so I plan to investigate. And if it's as big as she says, maybe Xavier will hear about it too. Maybe I can find him through this.
若様はまだ来ないのかな。もう待ちくたびれたよ。
Oh, Wakasama, I'm guessing is that Xavier. Is he the young master?
若様？授業に来る先生を待ってるんじゃないの？その人が来るなんて聞いてないよ。
私もついさっき聞いたの。商人の旦那様は静養のためにここを離れて、家のことは全部若様に任せたみたい。
Must definitely be Xavier. Oh, what happened? That is very weird. Okay, so Infold, please do something about this. In the square courtyard are ornate walkways. A pond with blooming lotus flowers is at its center. I stand in the mansion's foyer with 6 other girls who are dressed as flower goddesses. They're waiting for what comes next. If we're the flower goddesses, then the mask should be somewhere around here. And with all these people in the courtyard, they won't notice one face has gone missing. Maybe I should start looking. I love how MC is such a woman of action. I take a few steps back. Seeing the guards in the middle of a conversation, I take this chance to slip away.
若様、前に約束してくれたではありませんか。家臣たちに初回の書道の授業をしてくださると。
Let me guess, he's too sleepy. He's too eepy to teach anyone calligraphy.
すいません。
I knew it!
俺にはもっと大事な用があるので。
I think it's because I didn't hear his voice in the beginning, but hearing his voice now, I suddenly feel so relieved. A familiar voice makes me stop in my tracks. Is it who I think it is? There he is! Oh my gosh, look at him! He's so handsome. Oh, did you see that little pout he had? Oh my gosh, look at this cutie pie. Okay, this dangerous and pouty cutie pie. Oh gosh. I turn around to see someone entering the corridor. Xavier? I knew he'd be here. Xavier meets my gaze before he comes to a halt. Oh, and look at that. His pout is gone. Now he's all smiley.
幼鳥たる淑女は君子の高級なりというように、若様には意中の女性がおられるのでしょう。ですが、あまりうつつを抜かすのもいかがなものかと。
Did this guy just basically call Xavier a love-struck puppy, maybe?
確かにおっしゃる通りです。
Oh, I love how he's just started to switch into character. Xavier walks ahead of the old man and gives me a chance to sneak back to the foyer. Ah, that is so cute.
今は春鳥祭りより大事なことはありません。
Yes.
ここに残って皆に書道を教えるべきですね。
And by everyone, he means MC. Before I can even talk to Xavier, I'm ushered into the Shuyuan, an academic institution, along with the other flower goddesses. It seems our first calligraphy class will be with Xavier himself. Oh,
書くときは一画
Shuyuan.
一画に動きを持たせること。直線ばかりだと硬すぎる。
I guess Xavier is good at calligraphy. Sunlight streams through the window and casts a golden glow on the desk. Xavier places his warm hand on top of mine. His face is centimeters away. I shift slightly, self-conscious of our proximity. Oh, it's that trope. I'm all for it. Is this how you normally teach your students? Xavier leans in. Fabric brushes against my temple as he murmurs.
それを言うなら、ここで生徒と言えるのはあんただけだ。
Oh, gosh. The timbre of his voice. Magic.
力を抜いて。
Oh, okay. My grip on the calligraphy brush loosens as I feel a little more at ease. He guides my hand as he writes several more characters on the paper. They read, "Let's go for a walk after lunch." That's so cute.
ほら、転接の時でも焦らずゆっくり書く。手首を柔らかくして筆で線の行き先を感じるんだ。
Xavier circles the word lunch. Confused, I raise an eyebrow.
ちゃんと見ろ。
Xavier tucks a strand of my hair behind my ear. With the brush, he writes a phrase off to the side. Okay, this is just adorable. I stifle a laugh and meet his gaze. Young master, your calligraphy is excellent.
何かわからないことがあれば、いつでも俺に聞いてくれ。
While everyone is preoccupied after lunch, I follow Xavier out of the dining hall. The mansion is huge, and we walk along a winding path through the beautiful garden. How did you even get here, or become the young master for that matter?
この屋敷の主人は重病を患ってて子供がいない。彼は書道の名人で、同じく書に優れた人を探してここの若旦那にしようとしてたんだ。
Yeah, Xavier has a knack of being friends with a lot of the elderly, so I wouldn't be surprised he suddenly just got randomly adopted by an elderly merchant who also happens to be rich. That's just very Xavier. So basically, it's all because of your amazing calligraphy skills?
ああ、家臣たちがこの屋敷に来ると聞いて、若旦那になった方があんたを探しやすくなると思って。
You know what that means? He thinks he knew that you would be picked as the flower goddess because you're beautiful. Yeah, I'm sorry.
けど、まさかあんた自身が屋敷に現れるとは思わなかった。
I figured you'd at least notice the Royal Spring Festival preparations. I guess that means we're on the same page.
それなら、次の動きについても同じことを考えてるかもな。
I know the last gem I touched had protocore energy. That's probably why we ended up here. Since the protocore fragment brought us here, then maybe it can take us back to Lincoln.
聞いた話によると、7人の家臣のお面は確かに存在するらしい。あの店主が言ってたことは本当かもしれない。ということは、その宝石にかけらの力が宿ってる可能性がある。しばらくここに残ってチャンスを伺ってお面を
Oh, we hear someone coming along. Oh, oh, What's going on? I put my hand over Xavier's mouth and push him into a corner. I tilt my head and listen to the noises outside. Shh! We have company. The tension only dissipates when the sound of footsteps fades into the distance. Realizing I've pinned Xavier to the wall, I release him. Xavier gently pulls down my hand.
なんで隠れたんだ。若旦那と家臣は会っちゃいけないのか。
It was going to be awkward. And I heard one of the hosts of the ceremony is the mansion's owner. Since you're an organizer and the young master, it wouldn't look good if I was biased, right? He touches the small of my back, which makes me stand up straight. Oh, gosh.
でも、俺があんたをエコひいきしてるのは事実だ。
Xavier, you... Just then, two maids appear around the corner. I freeze as I'm hugging Xavier. With their heads lowered, they silently walk past us.
見られてしまった以上、これからは堂々とエコひいきしても問題ないよな。
Xavier lets go of me. Crossing his arms, he leans against the wall and smiles. Three days have passed. Xavier and I have dug up a decent amount of info about the flower goddess masks. It seems two families are organizing this year's Royal Spring Festival. But since the celebration is a long way off, the Chen family who are responsible for the masks still hasn't chosen the craftsman. We can only twiddle our thumbs in the meantime. The lessons are getting more intense. The study sessions start from dawn and last until dusk. While I'm exhausted, Xavier is always with me, even during class.
今日は家臣の選出基準について勉強しよう。良き家臣となるには多くのことを学ばなければならない。例えば、書道、花菓子の作り方、家臣の舞。
They're all like artisan-related things, aren't they? In the Shuyan, the white-haired teacher enthusiastically drones on, scroll in hand. His head bobs up and down. I think Shuyan is like in Cantonese, it's like Shu as in like books, and Yun as in is like maybe center. So like I'm guessing the library or the study. It could be the study, so they're in the study at the moment. But half of the students are asleep. Like, it would not be a Xavier memory without seeing him all eepy like. Xavier! I glance at the teacher and whisper to Xavier, who's dozing. He stirs. Oh, look at him. Finally. No, don't. Oh no. Xavier's head dips and his calligraphy brush leaves a messy line of ink across the paper. Wake up.
春鳥祭りとは、すべての花の誕生日を祝う祭典で、春の景色を楽しむのに最適な時期に開催される。ちなみに、去年の祭りは...
Oh dear, is he gonna call him out? Suddenly the drowsiness in the entire room disappears. Everyone turns their head toward the source of the noise. Did he bang his head on the table? Xavier wakes up. He stares at his empty hand where his brush used to be.
非常に盛大だった。
Okay. The old man mumbles and then glances in the direction of Xavier's seat. Xavier ducks down to pick up his brush and thus doesn't see the glare. Calculated.
先生の声を聞いてると眠くならないか?
Not if his voice is like that. Holding a book over his head like a shield, he leans on the desk with his eyes closed. He continues to whisper.
他の人はどうして寝ずに聞いていられるんだ?
You know, his whininess, sort of, it's kind of fitting for him since he's like a prince. It fits. Well... Oh, now he looks a little...
若様、授業を受けに来られるのはいいことです。しかし、たとえ話が頭に入ってこなくとも、他の生徒に影響を与えてはなりません。
He got called out. Everyone chuckles quietly to themselves. The old man taps his desk for silence.
さあ、授業を続けよう。
Despite being sleepy, Xavier shows up at the Shuyan every day. But one day, he doesn't doze off during class. Did you do something today? I poke his elbow and Xavier stops his frantic scribbling. He gives me his paper. It's covered in small doodles. Oh no, is he drawing the teacher?
似てるか?
Oh, he's drawing MC. They're all me? Under Xavier's expectant gaze, I'm touched. I take a moment to look at the drawings. I mean, you're right. There's a nose, eyes, even hair. It's obviously me. Oh no. What did he draw?
本当か? 無理してそう言ってるように聞こえるが。
No. It was truly heartfelt. It was a heartfelt compliment, Xavier.
結構似てると思うけどな。もう少し研究してみるか。
Research on what? Puzzled, he picks up his brush and returns to doodling. Oh, the night view is beautiful. Having been in the mansion for a while, I'm starting to get used to living here. Xavier and I are practically glued to each other. We attend lessons and keep an eye out for any info on the flower goddess masks. After searching high and low for gem-related leads, I found one. A while back, there was supposedly progress on making the masks. Counting today, it's been 5 days since Xavier left. Oh, he left. The Chen residence is far away, and I can't exactly leave as I'm one of the flower goddesses, so I had to let Xavier investigate by himself. I would have gotten a text by now. Ugh, my phone is a useless brick. I haven't had the chance to charge it either. He said he'd be back after 4 days. Why isn't he here? The garden is very cool at night. Worried, I sit on the grass and gaze at the night sky. Not being able to contact someone immediately just makes you feel all uneasy and anxious, so I feel bad for MC. I'm barely in the mood to appreciate the fragrant blossoms above. Upon hearing footsteps, however, I sit up straight. This spot is usually empty. Only Xavier and I have visited a few times. Ah, there he is! I recognize this voice. Pleasantly surprised, I turn around. Xavier, you finally came back. I scoot over to make room. You were gone for 5 days. I was about to look for you myself. With a hint of exhaustion in his eyes, Xavier pats my head.
途中で予想外のことがあって時間がかかってしまったんだ。本当は船で帰る予定だったが、あんたが心配してるだろうと思って馬で帰ってきた。
Oh, what happened? Anxious, I grab Xavier's arm and check for any injuries. Did you get hurt?
してない。
Xavier takes my hand.
職人たちは家臣のお面を作るために調査に出かけてて、まだ戻ってきてなかった。
So the
そこで俺は宝石が屋敷にあるんじゃないかと思って探すことにしたんだ。
I guess the masks aren't made yet, so they're just gonna have to wait until the festival is actually done.
そしたら あの時俺たちが見たものとそっくりの宝石を見つけた。
Xavier hesitates for a moment.
けど俺は持ってこなかった。勝手に持ち去るのは君主のやることじゃないからな。それに春鳥祭りはここの人たちにとって特別な意味がある。もし宝石がなくなったら祭りの予定が狂ってしまう。
I agree. If we find the protocol fragment early and leave, there will be one less flower goddess, and then their ceremony would... We exchange a look and a silent understanding passes between us. At least we know the gem exists. Since the Royal Spring Festival is coming up, why don't we participate in it? During these past few days, I was bored since you weren't with me. I even wandered around the streets. Everyone is excited for this ceremony. There's a lot to see and do. Do you remember that charismatic old man who sold pink roses?
もちろん。
I saw those flowers again and bought them. Look, I even made flower cakes. I grab a box that's been sitting nearby. Did you just come back? Would you like to eat something? I made this by following the chef's instructions. Xavier opens the box and he bites into one of the flower cakes. Then he nods.
おいしい。
The way he said it. So cute. I'll admit I ate too much for dinner. I haven't tried it myself. Is he gonna mouth-to-mouth feed us? He pauses just as he's about to eat another flower cake. He slowly brings it to my lips. I hesitate for a moment, yet Xavier's hand doesn't move. I bite into the cake. Such a tease, this man. Why is it sour?
そうか。同じ花菓子でも味が違ったりするのか。
Ah, of course, yes, yes. Sure it does. Xavier sits up on the grass, his hand resting behind me. His warm breath washes over me. His gaze shifts and lingers on my lips. My heart skips a beat because of his expression. After a while, I open my mouth. For what? For what, MC? Maybe it's because... Suddenly, Xavier leans in and kisses me. Oh, what? When he pulls away, he reveals a kind smile in response to my dazed expression. No, why isn't this animated? That's so cute. What happened?
確かにちょっと酸っぱいな。
Oh,
口に合わないなら俺にくれ。
oh no. Guys, I'm gonna be single forever. Just saying. And I'm not really gonna blame this game, but I do wanna blame this game. If you don't like the flower cakes, just give them to me. My hand is awkwardly in the air and I notice I'm blushing. I blink a few times. Well, of course you're blushing. Look at this man. You remind me of the stray cat downstairs of our apartment. It eats like you when it's hungry. Xavier chuckles. He lowers his head to devour the flower cake. We've been here for days now. I wonder if that cat is starving.
大丈夫だ。警備員のおじさんがきっと餌をあげてる。
I look up at the darkened sky, and Xavier follows my gaze.
家が恋しくなったか。
It's been a while since I've been away from Lincoln for this long. Even in a place this strange, you'll feel like you don't belong, no matter how long you stay.
貴族意識？
Am I wrong? I'm sure many people feel safer in a place they're familiar with. What about you? Ever get homesick? Xavier pauses for a moment. The weather tonight is gloomy. The moon is but a faint, glowing silhouette in the sky as it sits behind thick clouds. Gosh, that is what a question to ask, Xavier.
家が恋しくなると家がとても遠く感じる。
Xavier.
だが俺の貴族意識は家から生まれるものだけじゃない。あんたがそばにいる時も感じる。
No. You're his home, MC. Our gazes meet and a spark appears in Xavier's eyes. I can almost see my own reflection in them. Now that you mention it, I realize something.
なんだ？
While finding that protocore fragment seems uncertain right now, I'm not scared. Maybe the sense of belonging I have is like yours. His eyes are a little red, maybe because of how exhausted he's been lately. Even his blinking has slowed down.
それなら嬉しいな。少し疲れた。ちょっと寝かせてくれないか。
Before I could answer, Xavier rests his head on my lap. You're not a little tired, you're exhausted. I massage Xavier's forehead. Do you want to sleep on a real bed?
いや、このままがいい。
I see there is a theme going on since this is the third card that I'm looking at. It's I think it's really just trying to showcase how safe she feels around the love interests and how each of them has different ways to reassure her. I know I say that it's cute a lot, but there's really no other word for me to describe it. It is adorable. It's fucking adorable, okay? All right. Anyway, time in here flies by. Before I know it, the Royal Spring Festival is here, with lanterns lining the streets and vibrant flowers in full bloom.
これらは死者から送られてきたお面で、あなた様のものはこちらになります。
On the table sit 7 wooden boxes, each possessing a beautifully decorated mask. The maid reaches for the closest one and gives it to me. I open the box, but there are no gems on the mask. Uh-oh. Can I see what the other mask looks like? I'm curious about their designs.
もちろん構いませんよ。先にあなた様へ渡すよう若様から仰せつかったので、まだ他の家臣様にはお渡ししてないんです。
Oh dear, so maybe Xavier took the gem first. The maid opens all the boxes. They don't have any gems. Every mask has a different design, yet none of them have gems. Yep. I thought jewels would be used to decorate these. The maid freezes for a moment.
どういう意味でしょうか。お恥ずかしながら、私はお面の製作について詳しくないもので。
Don't worry about it. I think they're lovely. Smiling, I lower my head. My brows furrow. If the gem isn't on the mask, then where else could it be? I need to find Xavier and tell him. He probably took it first, or something. Take these to the other flower goddesses. They should already be dressed. I put on my robe when someone knocks on the door several times.
俺だ。
Xavier is outside. Xavier, I was just about to go look for you. Down the hallway are the sound of footsteps and voices.
ひとまず入ろう。
Xavier pushes me into the room. Xavier, the gem isn't on any of the flower goddess masks.
ああ、知ってる。宝石は
His gaze shifts to me before moving elsewhere. Warmth spreads across my shoulder as Xavier adjusts my collar. It had moved down slightly. I was in a hurry, so I hastily put on my clothes. I quickly glance at him and adjust my outfit. This attire is too complex with all these sashes, and this is only one robe. So what did you find out?
宝石は1個しかない。
Hearing Xavier mention it, I raised my head, but my hair is immediately yanked back. Ouch!
ど
Why?
うした？
Oh, did it get caught on something? I can feel some of my hair got caught on the hairpin.
見せてみろ。
Aw, it's so sweet.
ちょっとほどきにくそうだな。じっとしてろ。引っ張られたら痛いぞ。
Xavier stands in front of me, lowering his head. He starts undoing the knot. He takes a deep breath before continuing.
家臣の舞が終わると、みんなが気に入った家臣に投票することになってる。宝石は一番人気の家臣のために用意されたものだ。
Oh, shoot. I guess they did not expect it to be a competition.
お面を届けに来た使者が最初に俺のところに来たんだが、その時聞いた話によると、
Well
最
then,
後に俺が家臣に宝
that
石を
solves
渡
it.
す手はずらしい。
I haven't heard about this until now.
かなり絡まってるな。
I noticed that all three of the cards so far, they've been playing with her hair. Like Raphael was twiddling his fingers in her hair. Silas was braiding her hair, and now Xavier is like fixing her hair. I wonder if there's like if this is something that goes on in all the cards. Xavier's cheek almost touches my ear as he moves closer, and his fingers occasionally brush against the nape of my neck.
少し頭を下げてくれ。
I unconsciously clenched my sleeve.
やっとの思いで手に入れた宝石で、今は厳重に保管されてると使者は言ってた。俺が見たいと言ってもダメだった。
Xavier's voice trails off.
できたぞ。
He takes a step back, and it seems the air around us finally starts to flow again. MC was so nervous. I touch the back of my neck. I make eye contact with Xavier, and we both immediately look away. I guess the store owner wasn't exactly correct, but at least we can adjust our plan. On the day of the Royal Spring Festival, the garden is filled with people. Flowers are in full bloom. The crowd here is dressed to the nines, their gaze is full of anticipation. The sunset's light slowly fades. Nestled among the flowers, the lanterns flicker to life, and the trees' shadows spread out across the ground. The most important part of the ceremony, the flower goddess dance, is about to begin. I glance again at the crowd. Where will you be during the dance? Xavier gently takes my hand that's holding the petal.
これ以上触ると、その花が枯れてしまうぞ。
I'm just a little nervous.
ハンターなのに、たかがダンスくらいで不安になってるのか？実は、あんたにプレゼントを用意したんだ。
A gift?
ああ、家臣の舞が終わった後に渡す。
Is it the gem? Why are you being so mysterious about it?
本当はサプライズのつもりだったが、あんたが緊張してるって言うから先に教えたんだ。
That works. Now my focus has shifted to the excitement about your gift. Xavier smiles.
あの木の下であんたを見守ってる。
I follow Xavier's gaze. Nearby is a tree covered in red silk ribbons and wooden plaques by the bridge. So if I mess up the dance, you'll see everything, huh?
大丈夫だ。一度寝たら忘れるって約束する。
Pretty sure he'll still remember. His gaze remains on my face, appearing indifferent. Yet I sense a passion about to overflow.
今日のあんたが綺麗だったことだけ。
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, okay. So smooth, okay. Amidst the music, the flower goddesses don their masks and raise their red umbrellas. Their dresses unfurl like flower petals. Engrossed in the dance's rhythm, my mind is strangely at peace. After all, I know there's someone in the crowd whose eyes are only on me. Thank you, thank you. The dance ends, and I stand in the garden holding a flower basket. I'm surrounded by the other flower goddesses and people holding fresh blossoms. As they approach their favorite flower goddess, each person adds a flower to their basket. Despite getting on my tiptoes several times, the crowd makes it impossible to see the wishing tree.
お姉ちゃんの髪すごく綺麗。
That's so sweet. A hand places a fragile peach blossom in my basket. Thank you. Be careful not to bump into anyone when you leave. I pat the child's head. When the basket can't hold any more flowers and people start to leave, I see the person standing beneath the tree. Xavier! I run toward him. Just as I'm a few steps away, Xavier walks up to me. My basket is filled to the brim with flowers, but they're gone now. It's time to see which flower goddess received the most. They'll announce the results soon.
ああ、見てたぞ。あんたに花を渡す人が多すぎて近づけなかったから。
Oh.
仕方なくここで待ってた。みんな俺と同じで。あんたのことが好きみたいだな。
Oh, I don't know why my game glitched there. My hand touches Xavier's arm. Have you heard about the customs here? A gentle breeze stirs the wooden planks hanging from the branches. A faint melodic sound dances in the air. They say a flower goddess can bless people's wishes. And if the person making the wish is someone she favors, it's more likely to come true. Xavier lowers his gaze and takes my hand.
俺は過信じゃないが、好きな人の願いが叶うよう祈ることはできる。だから一緒に試してみよう。
No, look at this. He's really a prince straight out of a K-drama or something. Look at him.
今も昔も人々が祈ることは同じだ。それは多分どの時代も人の気持ちは変わらないからだろう。何を願うか決めたか？
For you to be happy, Xavier. For you to be happy. If I tell you, then it won't come true. I wish... We're peeping? Okay. Gosh, he's just breathtaking, isn't he?
どうした？俺に願いをかけたいのか？吊るすか？
How do you think other people's manage to put their plaques so high up?
もしかしたら
Oh my god, so...
一人じゃないからかもな。
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, I did not expect that. That was so cute. Is it just me? But Xavier's expression in this card is so... It's so expressive. It's so detailed. Like... his personality is just shining through. Xavier, do you have a wish you want to come true in this reality?
知りたいか？口に出したら叶わなくなる。そうなんだろ？
Time to squeeze him and let out all that cuteness aggression I have in me.
ダナをこねてもダメだ。
Oh my gosh. No, he's blushing. I'm blushing. What the heck? Wait, what? Someone's here. Oh, smooth. That was smooth.
さっき俺の願いを聞いたよな。じゃあ、あんたの前でもう一度願う。
Wait, what?
あんたの帰る場所になって、ずっとあんたの瞳に映りたい。
Hmm.
今年は家臣様に贈り物を用意しました。
Okay, I'm sorry. I need a breather. I did not think. Yeah, I did not think that yeah. Whew. Well, this card wasn't spicy, but it was definitely very romantic. This is definitely a super romantic card. So in terms of romance, so far, Xavier's and Silas's cards are very romantic, while Raphael's is super spicy. I wonder if that means Zane's card will be spicy. But yeah, I just want to say that cut scene, that kindled scene, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'll probably be replaying it again and again later on off screen, off camera. Okay, continuing. We have prepared something special for the flower goddess this year.
一番人気の家臣様には貴重な宝石が贈られます。
The flower goddesses gather around the wishing tree. They eagerly await for the announcement. Knowing the outcome isn't that important, I can't help but feel a bit nervous. I glance nervously at Xavier. He makes eye contact with me, and his gaze conveys a steadfast reassurance. It's as if he's saying he already knows the results.
それでは若旦那様にその家臣様のお面を外し宝石を渡していただきましょう。
The messenger hands over a wooden box to Xavier, who then approaches the flower goddesses. Of course, he's the one that's choosing. All eyes turn to Xavier as his gaze falls on the box. Then he looks at me. We lock eyes, and my heart somersaults when Xavier passes by the other flower goddesses. He's walking towards me. He opens the box, revealing a gem that shines even in the darkest of nights. I immediately sense protocore energy emanating from it. I instinctively reach out for the gem, but Xavier pulls the box back. He grabs my hand.
宝石を受け取る前にお面を外さないといけない。
He just wants this to keep going, doesn't he? Stunned, I see Xavier take back his hand. There's a playful glint in his gaze.
失礼しました、家臣のお嬢さん。
He carefully places the wooden box in my hand, and then he leans down as he holds the back of my head. Xavier doesn't look away as he slowly unties the rope securing my mask. His warmth lingers even when his gaze isn't directed at me. The simple act of removing a mask seemingly feels like an eternity. I can already imagine how he's taking it off, and I'm just like, why is that doing things to the heart here, sir?
あんたがお面をつけてるとつい目を見てしまう。
While he speaks in a soft voice, Xavier's fingers touch the area around my eye as he takes my mask off.
一つ気づいたことがあるんだ。俺があんたを見てるとき、あんたも俺を見てる。
No.
その度に自分はとても幸運だと思う。
Blessed? Why? Xavier hands me the gem.
俺が何をしてても決して見失わず、いつもそばにいてくれる人がいるからだ。
As the night progresses, some of the lanterns on the street dim. People leave, and Xavier and I sit by the bridge. Moonlight shines down on the shimmering river, which flows slowly. The ceremony is almost over. I poke Xavier's arm as I remind him. Where's my gift? I've been waiting for a while now.
じゃあ、目を閉じてくれ。
Close my eyes? And yet nothing happens even when my eyes are closed. I poke Xavier's arm again. Were you expecting something, MC? Can I open my eyes now?
いいぞ。
When I do, I see a hairpin in Xavier's hand. It's pretty and adorned with pink flowers as if they are on a branch. How stunning! I take the hairpin, admire its intricate design, and smell the flowers on it. And it has a nice scent.
この季節は花がきれいに咲く。
No! Oh, what is this? This is so cute! Xavier holds my wrist and... Oh, God. Oh, no. Please excuse me for a moment. Anyway, back to our regular scheduled program. Xavier holds my wrist, his face close to my hand. His nose touches the blossoms as he sniffs my palm.
春の匂いがする。好きな家臣がいたら 花を渡すのがここの風習だ。けどあんたを好きな人はたくさんいて、みんな花を渡してただろう。
That's very Xavier.
俺も花を渡したら特別にはならない。
Super Xavier.
だから花のかんざしを作ったんだ。初めてだからあんまりいい出来じゃないが。
That's even better. Gosh. Something about a guy who knows how to like hand make you things that gets me weak. I am weak for that. Xavier's hand is warm. Like petals being carried on the wind, his smile descends and touches my heart. What makes you say that? It's amazing. Besides, even if you just gave me flowers, they'd be the most special ones I've ever received. I twirl the hairpin, placing it into Xavier's palm. I want to wear it right now. Xavier moves closer. His fingers brush against my ear as he carefully puts the hairpin in my hair. With ease, he adjusts it. I reach up to touch the hairpin, and soft petals tickle my fingertips. Let me give you a gift in return. I said before that a wish blessed by a flower goddess is more likely to come true. The gem rests in my palm, its ever-changing colors shimmering under the moonlight. I take Xavier's hand and place it over the jewel.
その後も何か言ってたよな。もし願いをかけた人が家臣の好きな人なら。
I wanted to tell you that your wishes will always come true. Embarrassed, I interrupt Xavier. When our palms touch, I attempt to resonate with the protocol fragment. I mean, they like kissed a few times now, and she seems to be comfortable enough in the relationship to accept his advances. Or maybe she's never said the 3 magic words yet, you know? Maybe that's why she's embarrassed to admit it. Brilliant light erupts between our hands. Xavier looks at me, his eyes reflecting the vastness of the night sky.
それは俺への約束ってことか。永遠という言葉は分解すれば1分1秒の時の流れに過ぎない。
Xavier tightens his grip on my hand, and the world around me dissipates instantly. His final words resound in my ears.
次に目を開けた時も俺のそばにいてくれ。
I feel like I'm falling through a sea of stars, yet I can sense Xavier's presence embracing me. It's as if we've journeyed across the cosmos together through time and space itself, as 2 stars accompanying each other forevermore. Okay. That was really sweet. This card mostly just shows just how comfortable the 2 of them are with each other. Although I always got the inkling that even from the beginning, MC was quite comfortable with Xavier. I think there was a very early trust that was founded because they both work as hunters maybe. So it was easier for her to trust him. And yeah, mostly just thinking she's so comfortable around him, but also I love how easily she can rely on Xavier and how much Xavier tries to reassure her that no matter what, he's there. And that's really sweet. I just think this card was really, really sweet. I mean, I really, really enjoyed this card. And honestly, that Kindled where his expression was just so detailed, that was really good. Like I need to go back and watch that again. But yeah, I just overall really enjoyed this card. I'm so glad that I went back and pulled for it and just got to see the growth between Xavier and MC. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really say this often, but please do like and subscribe. Leave a comment and let me know which card out of the 3 so far you liked the most and tell me why. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye!